speakers. Now we have Razim Əliyev from Gəncə State University. Welcome to the floor and greetings, Razim. It's a pleasure to say hello from Valencia.
Thank you, Javier, and thank you, Xəzər University, for the opportunity. And greetings from Gəncə and Gəncə State University. So I have created a presentation and I would like to share it with you. Please let me know if you can see it. Okay, I hope you see my screen. Okay, I'm Razim Əliyev and I am a head of technology transfer and marketing office at Gəncə State University. And in this presentation, I will talk about state of teaching and learning at Gəncə State University during the COVID-19 pandemic. To be more specific, I will talk about current situation at Gəncə State University, survey we have done on attitudes of teachers towards online teaching, and also some caveats for integration of educational technology into teaching. Okay, the current situation. Before this coronavirus pandemic happened, we created our Moodle platform at university via Erasmus+ Petra project. But later, for some reasons, we decided to migrate to another learning management system. And during that migration process, coronavirus broke out, and at that time we had no learning management system and also no means of communication with the students. So, of course, the Ministry of Education was very generous. They provided free access to Microsoft Teams, but we decided that it will take a long time in terms of adaptation. So as a solution, we decided to use Facebook and Zoom and also several other social media and video conferencing tools. Up to now, with the help of Facebook, teachers provided more than 200 lectures, 45 minutes long lectures, and also with the help of Zoom, they provide more than 1,200 lessons. And some lessons had more than 5,000 views. Of course, it would be naive to think that students watched the 45-minute long lectures from start to end, but at least these numbers show that there is quite an interest for online teaching and educational technology. So I said that, okay, let's do a survey and measure what is the attitudes of teachers towards online teaching. And we have done a survey, and the survey was conducted for 50 teachers, and these were teachers who tried online teaching for the first time. And below you can see the links to the short interviews and the surveys. Survey questions was like, teaching online helps me to improve as a teacher. My students like online lessons. I would like to provide online lessons in the future. My interest for modern educational technology increased after I started teaching online. And also, I would like the university to invest more in educational technology. But all in all, teachers were in favor of online teaching and educational technology. But what was interesting for me, the last question, in which 34 out of 50 teachers said that I would like the university to invest more in educational technologies. And based on that survey, also based on the recent processes, we can say that there's a growing interest in investment in educational technology. And this will stimulate and encourage a lot of universities to purchase some kind of technologies. For example, Gəncə State University has decided to build digital content creation centers in all the faculties. Like recently, when we visited Valencia Polytechnic University through Erasmus+ Petra project, we saw their content creation services, and then we decided to create the same concept at our university. Also, when we visited Jyväskylä University, it created interest for learning management systems, and then we decided to purchase a user-friendly learning management system. So I'm sure that not just Gəncə State University, but also other universities as well they will try to purchase some kind of technology. It could be learning management system, it could be video conferencing tools, educational games, serious games, and so on. But I think before we rush to invest on technology, there are some caveats we should take into account. And that's what I would like to talk about in the following slides. But before we invest on technology, we should think whether the technology we purchase will be effective. Because oftentimes it's hard to prove that actually technology is effective in a cognitive level. For example, this research shows that compared to traditional methods, educational technology produces a positive but a modest effect. Also, it's very hard to prove that educational technology can contribute to deep understanding. Think about like great media debate, for example. It started back in the 90s and it continued for years between Richard Clarke and Robert Kozma. And the main motive of this debate was that whether technology actually have influence on cognitive skills. Richard Clarke, for example, says that media is merely a delivery device and it has no significant difference in the learning outcomes. What's important is teaching methods, and teaching methods have the influence on learning. On the other hand, Robert Kozma argued that media could be used more than delivery device, and if it's used correctly, it can have an impact on the students' cognitive skills. Also, we should think about levels of integration. This is a summary model by Dr. Ruben Fuentedura, and it describes the levels of integration of technology in the classroom. For example, if you consider in the substitution level, technology can act as a direct substitute with no functional change. For example, a word processor could be a substitute for an exercise book. On the opposite extreme, we can use technology as a redefinition, where technology can allow for creation of new tasks that previously was inconceivable. For example, students could use Google Docs when they have shared assignments, and this opportunity would be impossible without application of technology. Also, we should think about the tools we buy, our performance tool or pedagogical tools. For example, if you buy a performance tool, it just helps you perform better, but it doesn't have any concern about what you learn. For example, Microsoft Office tools. On the other hand, if you buy a pedagogic-oriented tool, it could help you to stimulate higher order thinking skills. For example, intelligent tutoring systems, educational games, and so on. Pedagogical tools could help students to support cognitive processes. It could help them to support hypothesis testing and so on. Also, before we integrate technology, we should think about what challenges, obstacles, limitations it could bring. This is an I5 model, and it describes what challenges and obstacles technology could face when integration process. For example, we should think about what research policy university has. What is the school context? Does it have organizational culture support the technology? What about the teachers? Do they have insufficient technology skills? Or the project itself aligns with school culture? What about students? Do they have the comfort level with technology? And so on. So this is just some of the considerations I think should take into account in technology. And the conclusion is that education technology is very helpful, but before we go integrate it, we should think about some of the considerations. And my presentation concludes here. I would like to finish with the verse of great Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. In his book Meditations, he said that the impediment to action advances action, and what stands in the way becomes the way. Means that any obstacle, any impediment also brings opportunity. In our case, like the current situation, as an educators, we should not treat current situation as an impediment, rather than focus on the opportunities like a growing interest for educational technology. I thank you for listening, and my presentation concludes here.
Thank you very much, Razim. It's been a pleasure to hear you. And now it's the time for questions.